Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Today is Saturday, the 29th of June. We're staring at July, thank goodness, because that just gets me closer and closer to elk season, which will get us to duck season, but I'm not being selfish. Today, we've got a great show lined up for you. Make sure you pay attention throughout the whole thing, though. If you'd like to participate, you can call us up on the viewer hotline. It's 503-548-6777. Questions, comments, reports like always. Now, if you're one of the many folks out there that are upset with what's happened on the Columbia, please leave my phone lines alone. I say that because it's a bit confusing, and there's definitely some folks that are not ecstatic about how things have worked out for us this last week on the Columbia, but we'll leave that for another topic. Special guest in the studio this morning is going to be Terry Mulkey from Terry Mulkey's Guide Service. Y'all know him. He's been around for quite a while chasing fish here in the Northwest as one of the legendary guides. And Terry, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but there's no question that he's probably forgotten more about chasing salmon and steelhead around here in the Northwest than the majority of us even know. That's just that simple. Just talking with him this morning prior to the show, I've already learned a couple of things. And I'll make sure to use them in my sled when I get the chance to get out there. But we're going to talk with Terry about wrapping things up on the Willamette, right? Right now, it's the end of June. There's still quite a few Chinook getting caught on the Willamette, the lower Willamette, that is. Do they disappear between there and another topic we'll talk about with Terry. But we're going to talk to him about how he's going to wrap things up before we start looking at August, right? You've got fall Chinook fishing literally 1 month away. Buoy 10 is opening up so quickly, it's crazy. But we'll get some advice from him on that as well, what his thoughts are going forward. But before we get Terry here in the studio, we're going to talk with Andy Kolovich. He is the owner of Pacific Offshore Charters. Just a crazy, ridiculous boat if you ever get a chance to get out there. But Andy, super nice guy. He's going to give us a live report from the saltwater this morning, as well as we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming Oregon Tuna Classic that he is, well, entrenched in. So we'll talk with him about that live report, how bottom fishing's going, what he's seeing out there for all you folks to get the opportunity to play around out there on the saltwater, and as well for all you tuna junkies if you wish to participate in that Oregon Tuna Classic, which is just a great tournament all the way around. Good cause and great people. So we got a bunch lined up for you, but we're not going to forget all the info that you typically love here on Outdoor GPS. We'll have your river levels and fish counts and all that. Also, we're going to have your Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week today. And yeah, I'm going to lean on Mr. Mulkey. We're going to talk about how maybe you can wrap things up yourself and be more successful if you're going to be playing around down there in the lower Willamette, as well as, again, maybe some insight that'll help you with some of your baits and riggings when you are chasing fall Chinook, because it is, of course, very similar to our end of spring Chinook season. So weird to still be talking about them in June. But maybe we'll get some insight from Terry on his thoughts on why that fishery is the way it is now. It's very interesting. Of course, though, we won't forget to have your photos that everybody's been sending in, and we've got a lot of them. And folks have been sending them in by the dozens, so continue to do so. Ryan can't get too many, but remember, when we start showing them to you, we show them as we receive them, in order, I guess I should say. But let's go ahead and show some of those before we move on and get through this segment. Here's a smallmouth bass, and listen, yes, we talk a lot about chasing salmon around, chasing steelhead around this time of year. Sockeye would have been something I would have loved to talk more about. But at the very least, smallmouth, great option. With so many folks out there these days with big sleds, with bow mounts, you can get out there and have some fun chasing those things. Trust me, it's not a bass boat, but you can get pretty close. This is Bob. It looks like he's out of Westport. Jeff sent this in. Those are some big lingcod, by the way. Holy moly. Terry, if you want to see what we're talking about, you can kind of see it on that screen there. But yeah, those are just groceries, everyone. Absolutely delicious. We'll find out a little bit about that with Andy here in just a little bit. Nice Chinook there. Carlos first. That's your first? You're ruined. I've caught a lot of salmon this year. I've been fortunate this year, but I can tell you right now, like I was telling earlier, or telling Terry earlier, I finally got my biggest one, and it was about that size. That's a good one. Gone fishing or going fishing. Looks like they got a nice trout there hanging. Very, very cool. Steve, thanks for sending it in. fishing with daughter and grandson. And that's what it's all about, getting out there and having some fun. And these days, with the way the weather is, and it looks like it's going to be really nice. So when we talk with Katie here in just a little bit, we'll find out what the weather's going to be like going forward. Here's a lunch break springer. Brent, very well. Good job. That's been about my standard fish right there. 10 pounds if you're lucky. Here's one. God, that looks like it's a clip fish, so it's a springer, I would assume. Probably pretty confident. Drift boat. God, I can't wait to get back into a drift boat. Anybody got one out there for me? Just kidding. Just stuck a fish. Very well done. Nice plug, too. Another, geez, that's a dandy Chinook right there from the Columbia. Keith's Bruiser, yeah, it is. That's a dandy. You know, there was the rumors this year of that 30-some-odd pounder that was caught. Even got rumors of a 40. I don't buy it, but at the very least, you're in Oregon. Could have been a 20. I'm just giving us a hard time. Reina's Catch, nice one right there, too. Just dimes. This is the time of year where you can go out and have fun like that. We'll talk about Terry, about how you can kind of take advantage of that if you're going to stay close to home. Williams First Springer, that's a good one. Delicious. God, they've just been so delicious this year. Not that they're not, but some of these Willamette fish have just been cutting so red, just loaded with fat. And from what I understand, we got a video here as well. Look at this. Summer steelhead. Mike! Jeez, you're killing me. This is why I want a drift boat again. Summer steelhead. I mean, honestly, I am addicted to any steelhead. Winter, of course, but summers are a different species. Just the way they fight, the way they jump, and they're better eating. Not that I'm greedy, but maybe a little. Oh, God, I want to look at that. Good job. Look at that. Well done. That individual knows exactly what he's doing. If that's Mike, good job. Yeah, won't be long. Hopefully we'll be back out there here sometime soon on my favorite river up the gorge. Get that Box 12 app. Once you do find out their GPS, it's the easiest way to do it. Then scroll down, load up your photos and videos, and we'll show you off as best we can. If you don't have the app, you can also leave them on our Facebook page. It's easy to do if you're not a member there or a fan or whatever the heck they call it. Just find us under pages, hit like, and then you can send those photos in there as well. All right, let's go ahead and cut to a break. Unless I'm missing something, Ryan. Let's cut to a break. When we come back, we'll have our field report. We'll talk about what's going on in real time here in the Northwest, find out what the weather is going to do going forward. It's 4th of July in less than a week. We'll be back in just a minute.